What up? Random ass thought about your gut, about your brain, I guess. And it's what I'm gonna explain as far as the example is gonna sound really stupid because it's something that doesn't really mean anything, but it'll make sense once I explain it. So, I mean, it's not really annoying, but this is just my example from where I've kind of like based everything off of. Okay, so when I go home and I put my charger block into the plug, and then you put your USB cable into the block, and 50-50 chance that you've got it flipped the right way so it goes right in, or you have it wrong and you got to flip it, so that it'll go in. And what I've noticed with something stupid, but I believe it's important, and because it's helping me train my brain and my gut, or it's helping my brain realize what my gut's saying to me. But there would be times where I'll put the plug in there, or put it in the socket, and then as I'm going to put my USB cable into the actual charger block, my gut will tell me flip it, or flip the cord so that and then usually if I listen without thinking or anything like that, I hear flip it, I flip it, boom, and then I always get it right, and it always goes in smoothly. I figured out that because it happens in like a fucking split second, but when you hear that and you don't pay attention to it, or don't pay no mind to it, and start to think, that's when it disappears and then you fuck up. And I've noticed that if I just literally hear my gut tell me, or not hear my gut, but feel my gut tell me flip the cord for it to go in, it goes in. But then when I go to think about it, I always second guess myself, and I always get it wrong. And I just thought that was really weird. It's something so small, and but what I'm trying to get at is, if we're able to harness that power, or realize that your gut's telling you the right thing the minute you're about to get into something or whatever, I think we'd be a lot better, a lot less stress, and maybe in a better situation, because we can avoid all the bad situations if we pay attention to that closely. I've mainly just tried to focus on little small things, like if I'm at work and I go to get change, I'll just try to grab however much I can, or however much I need. Say it's $20 in dollar bills, I'll try to grab it without thinking, and then count it out to see if I actually grabbed all 20. Now, it usually doesn't always happen, because I haven't perfected it, I guess. But I believe starting there and listening to your gut and understanding like how it works, and not to second guess it, then you can move on to bigger things, as far as like, I don't know, like job decisions, anything, any kind of, you got a problem or whatever the case is. But the more intricate it gets, the harder it is to I guess choose whatever you think is right, or whatever your gut's telling you to do, just because of like all the variables and stuff like that. Like, only reason why I gave an example of the charger thing is because it's so simple. You know, it's either you got it right and it's going to go in one try, or you flip it and then it's going to go in. You know, well, go in or not go in. You know, just depending on if you listen to your gut or not. You know, so it's just two different things. You know, it's either going to go in or it's not going to go in. You know, and then, but with something like, I don't know, you are trying to make a big decision in your life that you're not sure what to do, you know, and it's not more so just, hey, if I do this, then this is going to be good, or if I do this, it's going to be good, you know. It's more like, if I do this, then this is going to happen, but then this could happen, and yada, 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 yada. It just gets more intricate. But I believe that we can build your mind and your gut to sync them together to be able to fucking choose the right thing with just a gut feeling, without thinking, you know. You know, I've been robbed before, you know, like back in the day when I used to buy pot. You know, there'll be, I know there's been a couple times where I've been like, something just don't feel right. I don't know if I trust this person, and I end up ignoring it because I was young and not paying attention, and get my shit taken, you know, or get skimped, or whatever the case is. So I try to pay attention to that feeling, that nervousness, that sick gut feeling that you get when you're doing anything, you know what I mean? And that was just another example. You know, it's a shitty example, but whatever. I believe that, yeah, I mean, that type of shit, for me, it feels like you're connecting to something higher that already knows what's going to happen. And I mean, imagine if we could all think like that all the time. I mean, we wouldn't fuck up. It would be fucking awesome, man. So I just work on that, you know, every day in my life, and I just wanted to share that. You know, a lot of times I think, like, stuff that I talk about, like this kind of shit, a lot of times I think it's fucking stupid, and that, you know, maybe it might not make sense, or, you know, it's something so minuscule that it doesn't really matter if I talk about it, but at the same time, I know that even though it's something so small, it might open somebody else's eyes to understand how it works, or how to access it, so forth and so on, and maybe it'll help them along their way. So any little ideas or thoughts or questions that I get that I can answer, you know, or just any kind of ideas any ideas or thoughts that I think about, I always like to share them, because you never know who you can help out, or who you might help out, or you know, just any way, shape, or form, just trying to help. That's pretty much it. I didn't put much thought into this video, just because I never put any thought into it, really. I just think of something as far as like something that's on my mind, and if I'm able to make a video about it, I'll make a video real quick. You know, it just so happens that I was able to make a video. Damn, this shit's jumping, or bouncing. But, so yeah, I mean, and it worked out perfect, because I was driving. I had enough time to make a video, a little, 10-minute video. And, I hope it helps somebody, you know. But if it doesn't, no big deal. I'm just recording all my thoughts, and, in hopes that we can all build from it, or take something from it, you know. or just be able to give positivity to somebody, you know, depending on how you look at it, you know. But hope everybody's having a good day, and I'll talk to you guys and gals soon. Peace.